Good evening, everyone. I'm gonna start off with, I'm super sick. I could like faint at the moment and I wouldn't even notice. That's probably the whole point of fainting. Anyway, I have a car to finish. Remember my Honda? Yeah, that car. It is beautiful by the road and I want to drive this car around. That's not gonna work if the engine is not put together. So you know what we're gonna do today, right? Getting on our way to the Honda. This is like a typical me kind of thing. Like almost dying, but getting your priorities straight. What can I say? Sick or not sick, this car has to be finished. So I'm gonna get moving and go to the car. So we're here, let's go over the things we've already done since last time. We adjusted the engine timing and put on all the covers back, including the oil sump. All the liquid gaskets are in between, it should be fine. So now we have to install the intake manifold. The gasket is already in between, so we're gonna see how easy this is actually going. So this should be the tensioner bracket with the tensioner. So this is the bracket and this is the tensioner. So as you can hear, the bearing is kaput. Give me a minute. Is that one awkward silence of hoe je echt iets? Well, I don't know, but there you go. Anyhow, so before we put everything back together, we have to make sure that there are no difficulties on our way. So that's why we tap again thread and the holes where it's needed. No worries, guys. I know it's a little bit boring at the moment, but my car will be running in a minute. Then we can see if we actually did the job good or not. Which I hope, because this is taking quite a lot of time. And money. Not to forget about. In the meantime, what's happening here is the dynamo, the tensioner and all the stuff that has to be on there is installed on there. The manifold is on its place and the valve cover will be on there as well. So another thing I wanted to mention is that I don't have the wheel speed sensors on one side of the car because, I don't know, I was in my DIY phase. Yeah. Yes. Oh shit. And I thought, hey, let's take out the sensors, and I broke them. It's this price for a new sensor. It's not all fun and games when you have to work on cars and replace stuff. Yeah, it's quite painful actually. Anyway, I don't have the wheel speed sensors on one side of the car, the front and the rear ones, the other side should be fine. And the issue is, I think, that this probably will limit me on my rev limiter. So maybe if the engine is fixed, we still have a problem there. Maybe. I don't know. But I don't know if that will be an issue. It's just something to keep in mind when doing all the stuff on the car. What am I doing with my hands constantly? No. By taking a closer look at the car, we saw that we forgot a step. We forgot to put in the crankshaft seal, and if you don't put that ring in the correct place, all the oil from inside the engine will just find its way out. So that's no good. Everything has to come back off, put the ring in its place, push it a little bit into the center, and bada bim bada boom, it's back on there. Now it's just installing a few more small things, like the fuel rail, putting all the hoses back into their place, and doing a little bit of wishful thinking and hoping everything will be fine. So yeah, that's what's happening at the moment. And then if everything is fine, we will get into the maintenance of the car, the brakes of the car, the rest of the car, because this project is not finished yet. But at least if we can get the heart beating of this car, which is the engine, we would already be like one step ahead, which would be very, very nice. We also have to install the dynamo belt and we have to switch up the bearings of the drive belt pulleys. Police! Woo, 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 woo. The new spark plugs have to be in there as well as for the oil, because no engine is running without oil, because yeah, you know, I don't have to explain that to you. And I think that's about to be it actually. So yeah. A lot of time went into this car, but we are still standing. I'm still standing. So we are not finished yet. We still have to do a few small works on this engine, because you know, you can never be too careful with something like this. We're gonna switch up the oil filter, because we're gonna put new oil in this engine as well. So it's like a small maintenance. Before installing the oil filter, it's better to lubricate the rubber that's connected to the engine, because otherwise it's just dry and not as smooth. And I was told that should be better. It's a K&N oil filter, so I think that's quite okay. It's a more expensive option, so I thought that might be better. The oil I'm putting in is Castrol 5W40. You have different types of oil you can use for this car, but due to my research, I thought this was the best option. So before installing the spark plugs, we are going to crank it over with the starter motor. So no spark plugs, no spark. That the oil in the engine that I just put in gets everywhere, so there's less damage potentially on everything that moves. This might be an interesting trick for people that don't have a spark plug socket. If you put just a plastic over your socket, put the spark plug in and install the spark plugs, they should hold into place and not just fall out, which is the purpose of a spark plug socket. Once everything is in, you have to tighten them to the correct torque, which I think in this case is 22. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong. I'm just happy to be there and that we're getting a step closer and closer every time I pass by. Everything should be fine now, so this is gonna be the first start of starting the engine when it's rebuilt. So let's hope everything's gonna be okay. Ah ja, juist, ja. En de trolley. Zie je dat ik even vooruit schieten? Ja, oh, dat goed. Ben nerveus! Ik ook. Van mij ook. Are we ready? Ah ja, bij ons hier. Allee. Je start wel direct, hè? Je start direct en anders deed hij zo. Wat? Ja, je draait anders, hè? Je draait anders. Wees dat dat goed is. The feeling of the car is a lot different, at least the feeling of the engine is a lot different. It still goes in revs on its own, but that should be something to do with the coolant fluid and the coolant system, because there's no fluid inside right now, because this is just a test thing. I think we did a good job so far, at least. Actually, I don't know. I think it's good. He says it's good, so I think it's good. I just want to drive the car around. Yeah. That's all, actually. I'm in the learning process as well, you feel me? I'm here to learn. We did a lot on the car, I learned a lot throughout the process. Let's hope that we are on the right track. Because I want my circuit built. Well, this is the coolant fluid. Kroon should be one of the better brands to get inside my car, so nothing but the best, I think. And you don't need to mix it, so it's ready to use, so yeah, it's not sponsored. Actually, Kroon, you should, thank you. So before we put the coolant fluid in, we have to vacuum all the hoses and the radiator. This is just something you can do yourself or buy yourself. This is the cooling system vacuum purge and refill kit from HBM. When refilling the system, make sure that there is no air back into the coolant system or you can start over again. And that is something we want to avoid. There should go approximately around 6 to 7 liters of coolant fluid into my car. Okay, so next up are the bearings. You can just press these out. A lot of people might don't know and think you have to replace the whole piece. Well, that's not the case. You can just replace the bearing. And you can see and hear that it was much needed. The same way for putting the bearing back in, you just press it in, make sure it's centered in the middle so you don't damage the bearing or something's off. Be careful is the message. Luckily, it's not all too difficult to do these type of jobs. That's the coolant pump, that's the dynamo, and this is the belt we've put all around it. So maybe the car is gonna run better now. Le Moment Suprême Part 2. Okay, let's go. Boom. The brakes are looking like this. It's no good because you cannot turn this wheel like in any way possible. So this is fucked up shit and everything that is fucked up has to be fixed. My car is fucked up. Yay! I am back home now. It was too late to just finish the video, so here I am. I know this is a rather short video, but I'm just really sick, as I said in the beginning of my video. My dog died. Yeah, it's been quite a lot, and I'm trying my best to keep up with the content and so on, but it's like kind of hard, but that's life, I guess. The car is misfiring still, but that's something I do not have to worry about apparently, so I hope that's going to be an easy fix. Other than that, I'm glad the car goes above 3000 RPM, because if we go all the way to the beginning, we all knew this car wasn't doing anything above 3000 RPM. But if you want to follow every step, I have like a short series about the car and how we fixed the problem. So if you're interested in that, you can always check that out. If you do not follow me on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, you should, because you're missing out. I'm just saying. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a little bit chaotic, but as I said, I'm doing my best. I'm doing the best I can. So yeah, and then I hope I see you in my next video. Ciao.